Hello and welcome. I want to talk to you today about why trying to control your thinking is not a good idea as a starting point on your spiritual journey. So I know we've been playing around, we've been looking at conscious creation. It's something I am really interested in, how it is as human beings we get to create all the things we want. We are here to have a human experience, and it's no mistake that we want things. There's nothing wrong with wanting things, and there's nothing wrong with having those things. And I know when we look at conscious creation and we begin to understand that the thoughts that we have, the conversations that go on in our own mind, the words that we speak, all have a power to them, and we are the operant of that power, if you like. We are the thing, the catalyst that sets that power off, and learning how is it we set that power off, and how do we learn to understand our thoughts and how we think and become aware of what's going on in our own mind. All of those are really great things to do, but if you are not doing them from a foundation of already having done some inner work, already having learnt and understood about who you are, then it can just become another stick to beat yourself with, and it can really look as if you have to control your mind. Now, if you have ever tried to police every thought that's gone through your mind and control everything that happens in your mind from a place of fear of what you're going to create, fear of what you're not going to create, it's horrible. It's not a nice thing to do. So very much there are a few videos on my YouTube channel, and I will find some of those and put some recommendations under here if you're listening to this, that are talking about the principles behind life, how life works, how it is we get to have a human experience, and how actually making friends with your thoughts, making friends with your own mind, and learning to understand that what happens to us on a moment-to-moment basis is it's more like we are being thought. We don't get to choose what we're going to think next. And I'm sure if you're still with me on this video, which I really sincerely hope you are, you're probably not going to be thinking the same thing now as you were when you first clicked the button to watch this. Your thoughts will just progress and move around because they do that. Thoughts change, they change. It's a natural thing that your thinking, your thoughts do. And a little bit like our minds, and learning about our minds and learning to understand about our mind, and then learning to use what we understand to consciously create. It's much more like having a child and bringing that child up. It's like you can't, or it's not a good idea to just police and control and force your child to do what you think is a good idea. That's not a good parenting technique. No good comes of that. And your mind is exactly the same. So if you come at this conscious creation and how you're going to create a life you love, from like if somebody, you had a baby and they said, right, bring this baby up and make sure it does this and make sure it does this and make sure it does this. So you came in by policing that child and forcing that child and watching every move that child made, and to make sure that it conformed to what you want, you're probably not going to get great results. But if you have an idea that you want your child to be an amazing human being who does great things in the world, and you understand that your child is free, has a freedom, has wisdom, has so many things going in his or her favor, and you can just guide and be there and understand and love that child, then the outcome is going to be so much better. And it is exactly the same with your own mind. When you come at this and you want to consciously create something you love, you have to take the time to learn to love and understand your mind. And it is through nurture and love and consideration and gentle guidance that our mind becomes clean and clear inside, that the thoughts that we have become much more healthy, become much more the thoughts that we want. And we get to a point where we can kind of go, I just don't want to think that anymore. And we don't think that anymore in the same way. But if you try that right off the bat, I mean, you know, hopefully you will have some good results with that. But usually, and in my experience and in people that I've worked with, when we just try to go in, we begin to see something. We see that our mind, if you like, is the problem, and we go in like a police state at our mind. And what I have really, really seen is that going in, imagine you've had a child who's now 6 or 7 or 8 or something like that, and that child hasn't been guided. It's been, hasn't had a great upbringing. It hasn't had a good role model. So it's already got bad habits and not doing great things. How much more does that child need your love and understanding and guidance to come round to be a beautiful, amazing human being in the world? Now, there is no reason why that child won't, no matter how old you are, no matter how old you get, no matter how long your mind has been abused and left to its own devices and is running amok and is not serving you. It doesn't matter how long that has been happening. But just really, really be aware. The way that we create what we want, consciously create beautiful things in the world for us and for everyone, is through love and understanding. And that absolutely starts with our own mind, with our own thought system, to love and understand it. So hopefully there was something helpful in this video. Hopefully there's something that you've heard in this. Please do feel free to comment. I love getting your comments and I will answer them. I'm doing something called 365 Days of Cracking Creation, which there's an awful lot in there as well about learning to understand your mind and understand who you are, understand this power that you have, not just go straight in and use it, but learn to understand all about it. We're diving deeply into that, and then the exciting things that we get to create from this beautiful place of understanding. So if you want to join me on 365 Days of Cracking Creation, it's great fun, and we have live calls. I would absolutely love you to be there. The details are also underneath this video, and if there's anything else that I can help you with, please do reach out. I will be making lots more videos, and if there's anything that you would like me to explain or go into more deeply, I will do that if I can. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Take care. Lots and lots of love. Bye for now.